Hey, good morning, folks. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, your morning weather update. And I got an interesting post for you coming up later today. My buddies at Limnotech, they're the ones that control all the buoys, manage all the buoys on the lakes. And we've looked at the humidity each day through the summer. And it's been pretty incredible, and that's why in my headline I say I have some data, and this break in the high humidity that we have coming will be the longest break since it looked like about June 8th. So if you've been thinking it's been a very humid summer, you have been right. So we're going to talk about the lower humidity, cooler temperatures, and then the other thing in the forecast is the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Gordon, and that will be heading toward part of Michigan late in the weekend or early next week. So I'll give you kind of an indicator of that, but give you a good weekend forecast. And hey, if you're ready for some questions, go ahead and ask away. All right, satellite picture shows the clearing from about Cadillac northward, and this clearing line is slowly moving toward the southeast. So you're socked in the clouds in southern lower through the day, but you're slowly working the clouds off in northern lower. As far as rainfall, chilly, people are saying, yeah, it's kind of a shock to the system. As far as rainfall, there are still some showers in the southern third, we'll call it, of lower Michigan right here, and those will be working their way south. These will be working east, so it's a showery morning still in southern lower Michigan. Here's the radar forecast, and let's see, we are at 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 noon, and see the showers, they're moving kind of parallel to the front and slowly southeast. Wisconsin Dells for this weekend should be dry. It will be cooler, probably in the low to mid 70s for highs, maybe upper 70s by the end of the weekend. Flying to Florida Saturday, says Tim. Any rough weather? Just the remnants of that Gordon, but they can fly around that. So we're into this afternoon, we're into 5 o'clock. And this model wants to indicate still some showers hanging in, spotty at best. And maybe that's possible into late afternoon, but I would say we're going to be done with most of the rain by noon. And then we go into the overnight and it's dry. Okay, so temperatures, high temperatures today. You can see where the cloud band is mostly going to be, so that's going to hold you to temperatures in the low 70s. Detroit, Ann Arbor, Jackson. When do I think it's going to cool down for good? Well, it looks like we're going to warm back up, and it still looks like we're in a warmer than normal pattern when you take a 2-week or a month period. So I don't know what you call cool down, and I don't know what you call for good, but I don't think it's going to be a cool down for good in September. We'll have some 80s to maybe 90 degrees back. Chrissy, I just kind of talked about that. So Flint, 76, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, 72 to 75-ish. Grand Rapids, 74. Very comfortable day. Tippy Dam, the rain is done. Humidity is always there. It's just lower. That's kind of a trick question, but the humidity, yes, the humidity is way down at Tippy Dam. 68 in Traverse City and 68 in at Mackinac, and low 60s for highs today across the UP. Now, sorry, we got to talk dew point, and it's a neat one. Here are the dew points this morning. Still a little muggy in the far south, better in Oakland County, better in Flint, lower, even lower. And here's the break to where it goes probably from feeling slightly muggy to comfortable, somewhere between Flint and Saginaw, to Alma, to Mount Pleasant. And then look at the dew point temperatures in the 40s and low 50s in northern lower, and in the 40s and even 30s in the UP. So that's where the air starts to feel like what we would consider fall. So here's the dew point forecast as we go through the day. Let's stop it in early afternoon, and it's coming down everywhere, but still a little muggy in the south. Ann Arbor, Detroit, Monroe, Adrian. We're at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock tonight, and the dew points have inched lower yet in the far south, and they continue to inch lower across the Tri-Cities and Grand Rapids, and they continue to inch much lower in northern lower Michigan. And let's just go to 1 in the morning, and the cooler air, drier air continues to ooze down. Mark Cantron, humid in Jackson tomorrow. No, this is tomorrow, or this is tonight, 1 a.m. Jackson's got a dew point down to 63, and the 50s should be coming in. So we are talking much drier air on the way. Jackson, far south, you just have to wait about another 12 hours to really feel it. Everybody else will feel it soon. Okay, so the weekend. We're at Friday here, and there's a nice high pressure system up here, what we call the Canadian high pressure system, and it's funneling in this east-northeast wind. And let's go into Saturday afternoon, and the high pressure is up here. By the way, this is air cold enough for, you guessed it, snow. Saturday weather in Marshall looks great. Breezy out of the northeast, sunshine, and feeling fallish, probably in the low 70s. Glen Arbor looks like a great fall Saturday. Sunshine for the most part, a breeze out of the northeast, and probably 70 degrees by afternoon. Here are the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Gordon. Let's go into Sunday afternoon. Still dry. If you're going south, you're going to run into quite a rain. Jody, Waterford, you're going to get the drier air probably by this evening. And let's go into Monday morning. And this model and the European model will both bring this system into our area on Monday. Look at the change from 6 hours ago. Not a whole lot of change, really. So some consistency, and it would be in the eastern part of the state. We'll still watch this because it still has the chance to shift east, or there's another system forming out in the Atlantic that might kind of push this back to the west. Should I close my pool in Comstock Park? Absolutely not. I'll show you why. Let's go into next week, and guess what we have out here? Heat again. And it will be slowly shifting our way, so there's really no sign of much colder air. We're back next weekend, and we're into a southerly flow again. Of course, everything depends on what happens with these tropical systems. They really dominate our weather, and they're too unpredictable 10 days out as to exactly where would they be. But if you get a tropical system down here, that pumps up a warm dome around it and enhances the warmth. That's why I think as the tropics get going a little bit here in the Atlantic and the warm air wants to come toward us, we're going to have a lot of warm weather still yet to come. Someone asks, is there an El Nino going? It's starting. They haven't officially declared it El Nino, but the water temperatures are ramping up, and it could be an El Nino by fall. What's it look like for Western UP Crystal Falls this weekend? Looks good, looks dry, looks fallish, looks like 65 to 73-ish probably for highs. That means morning lows in the 40s to 50. Take your sweatshirt with you. You may or may not have wanted to hear that. So there you have it. Southern lower, clouds, cooler, showers today. Northern lower in the UP into a fall sunshine. We'll all get into that for Friday, Saturday, and probably most of Sunday. Don't worry, summer's not over. It's coming back next week, and we will have plenty of 80-degree days still in the rest of September. Thanks for joining me on the morning MLive weather update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.